Chris from Nichols Retirement Empire. I'm out walking, beautiful day. I wasn't going to do a video, but I started thinking about something and it just got me so worked up. I just felt like I had to talk about this. And don't ask me why, don't ask me how my mind works, how I come up with these things, but I don't know what part of the country you are in, or if you're even in this country, wherever in the world you are right now. I have to tell you something. You need to find you a woman or man from Georgia or Mississippi or Alabama or Tennessee or Arkansas, North Carolina, somewhere. I don't know about Florida. I'm not sure about Florida. You need to get them to make you some fried chicken. I'm just telling you, you have got to do that. If you have never, and don't tell me, well, I've had Kentucky Fried Chicken or I've had the, you need a person to fry that chicken up for you. It can't be from a restaurant. It can't be from a deli or something like that. It has got to be by a person. Now, if you haven't done that, if you hadn't had somebody that talks with an accent, and I don't care if they're black, white, whatever, whatever, it don't matter. You need to find somebody. If you live in a big city, go find somebody, listen to the way they talk, and if you hear a southern accent, you need to at least ask them. You know how to make fried chicken? And if they say yes, I highly advise you to get that person to make you some fried chicken. And if you can't find anybody, you need to come down here. I don't want you to stay here. I don't want you to live here. I don't want it to get crowded. But you need to come down here and you need to eat some fried chicken. I had to take my hat off. I started sweating thinking about it. I mean, when I was a kid, I don't know, both my grandparents, both my grandmothers made fried chicken, of course, all the time. And my mother everybody made fried chicken. Everybody I know. They all made it different. They all did. And I loved every single one of them. I'm not a snob. I'll eat Kentucky Fried Chicken. I love it. I think it's great. I have not been around the country a lot. You probably find that hard to believe. But I have been to California. I have been, Washington, D.C. I have been around Chicago. I've been around a little bit. But I know one thing. When you go to those places, unless you're going to some kind of soul food restaurant, you're not getting any kind of good fried chicken. I know that for a fact. There were places that we went to in California, and it's just not, and I don't understand why they can't do it. But I'll put it this way. There was a lady that I worked with at one of the schools, and she was from New York. We were talking one day at lunch about pizza, and somebody came up with, well, they said they have like authentic, this kind of, and she spoke up very quickly and let us know that there was nothing authentic about any pizza in the state of Georgia, period. And she's like, it doesn't matter what they do. It don't matter how they make it. It don't matter if they have a brick oven. It don't matter if they're Italian. She's like, it's not the same. And we're like, well, why? If it's the same ingredient, she goes, I think it's the water. The water in New York tastes different from here, and it makes it taste different. And I can taste it. It's not the same. There's not a pizza. I can't hardly eat it. And I was thinking, man, all these good places that I really thought the pizza was really good. And she let us know in no uncertain terms that it was terrible. So that's kind of the way it is with fried chicken. Because every time you had some kind of meal, or whatever at church, there was going to be fried chicken. Just mark it. No, if there wasn't anything else put out on that table, nothing, there would be fried chicken. Now, I don't know why this memory is just burned in my brain. But I was watching television, and when I was a little kid, I don't know how old I was, but this is an old movie. Some of you guys will recognize the movie. But there was a movie that had Kirk Douglas, and it was called There Was a Crooked Man. And he was like a cowboy or whatever. And he was a criminal, you know, kind of a character. Well, anyway, at the beginning of the movie, there's this scene where they go into this house, and it's in the South, and they break in and they rob the place. And it was like one of these southern mansions, you know, whatever. And they're all sitting down to eat Sunday dinner, and they had fried chicken on the table. He grabbed a chicken leg, he raised up the bandana and started eating the chicken leg. And I remember thinking, God, that looks so good. I wish I could have a chicken leg. She goes, well, she goes, if you want to, you can come over, you know, to the house. She lived in her dad's house, and I'll cook. You can eat with us. And she goes, no, I can cook. She made sure she told me specifically. I'll never forget it. I can cook. Almost like, you know, it's almost like she was warning me. And I'm thinking, well, everybody can cook. I mean, I can cook. So what, you know? So I just thought that was kind of odd. You know, I thought, what is she trying to prepare me for here? Well, I get to the house, and of course, what has she made? What would any girl from Georgia that was a great cook make for a guy that looked like me, talked like me? Fried chicken. It was so good. It was great. She had the vision, the understanding to make me fried chicken. How'd she know that? How'd she know what to do? Well, how does anybody know what to do? Fried in a skillet by some lady with a southern accent. I don't know. If I was you, I would run out of my house right now. I would keep running till I got somewhere, somebody's house that can make me some fried chicken. Don't worry about work. Don't worry about, you know, what you got to do tomorrow. Don't worry about what's my wife gonna think, what's my husband gonna. Don't you worry about any of that stuff. You go. But now, for some reason, when you get you somebody from the South and they talk like me, if they talk, Lord, they talk like my wife. If y'all heard my wife talk, the more southern sounding they are, the better. But I really do, this is my theory, I think when they talk, something about the airwaves or something, like those words go out of their mouth, whatever the words are they're saying, doesn't matter what it is. They don't have to talk about the chicken or to the chicken. Just, you know, talk. The fact that they are talking somehow or another permeates that chicken while it's in the skillet, and it just turns it into something better than you can get at the chicken and waffle place in El Segundo, California. It's not the same product. And that's the only thing I can figure out. It's just got to be them. It's just got to be who's cooking it. I guess. Maybe turn on the television and try this. Just try this. Find some reruns of maybe the Andy Griffith show, something like that, and play that, or maybe Hee Haw. Nah, don't play Hee Haw. That's not really a southern. That's not. Those people weren't even from the South, most of them. But anyway, try Andy Griffith. That's your best shot. Turn on Andy Griffith and let it play while you're making your chicken. And maybe that will help. Maybe the words that are coming out of their mouths, even though it's over television, or play one of my videos. Get one of my wife's cooking videos. And if you want to try it, I mean, we have a video with me and her do where we tell you exactly in every kind of detail what to do, how to flour it, what to put on it, how, you know, what spices to use, what kind of oil to use, what temperature the oil needs to be, how long you need to cook it. We tell you the whole process, how to let it rest. We go into great detail. Watch that video and try it for yourself, I guess. You know, try your hand at it, see what happens.